Hello and welcome to Thai Food. For this edition, my co-host is going to be my daughter Kaylin. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel of Thai Food, like my videos, comment on my videos, give me some feedback. Let me know what you think, how I'm doing. Don't forget to check out my Twitter and my Instagram. I'll post pictures of food I make from time to time on Instagram, and pretty much Twitter just gets the same stuff my Facebook page gets. So if you got both, it's kind of redundant to have both of them. But anyways, today we're going to make for you lava cake. And we've got a real easy recipe for you, and it doesn't take long at all. First things first is I've got 2 tablespoons of butter here, or a quarter stick. And to that I've got some 60% cocoa chips made by Ghirardelli. I'm going to put those right in with the butter. And then I'm going to pause the video briefly while I take this to the microwave and melt it. And it's probably going to take about 45 seconds to a minute to melt this. And we'll be right back with you. Okay, so it took a full minute to get this right to where I wanted it. Make sure you stop the microwave about every 15 seconds and give this a stir. Otherwise you could scorch your chocolate and that won't be any good. But that's about as simple as you can do to melt it. As you can see, it's nice and velvety smooth here. So that's the consistency you're looking for. So next we're going to open up our box of cake mix. I've got Devil's Food by Betty Crocker here. Now, you're not really going to make this exactly the way it says on the box, but you are going to follow some of the guidelines on it. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with it while we're here anyways. So we'll just get that box out of my way. I'll pick that up off the counter later. Of course, it probably would have been easier to use scissors to open this. But here we go. I'm going to put that right in this 8-cup measuring cup I got by Pyrex. This was a nice find. Makes things easier, especially if you're going to portion them out later into little cups like I got over here. And definitely would have been easier if I just used the scissors. But, like I said, hindsight. Anyways, so to that, we want to add our chocolate. Now, before I add the chocolate though, I want to get some eggs cracked here. You going to help me crack the eggs, Kaylin? Oh, you going to go take care of that now? Alright, go ahead and crack the egg. We're going to add 2 eggs to this. Okay, right over the bowl. Oh, yeah, there you go. You got it.
Oops, it's on the side.
Yep. Now we're going to inspect this for shell. Looks like 1 or 2 little tiny specks, not even really worth bothering with. So we're going to go ahead and add that one to it.
Okay, it's all.
This is how the little kids learn, folks. You want to crack this one too? Okay. Do it on the flat surface, not on the edge, okay? No, on the flat surface. A little harder. Okay. Now, when you do it, you put your fingers where it cracked and then peel it open.
Okay. Like this?
Yep.
Like that?
Well, almost. Try not to squeeze the shell so hard with your fingers when you do it.
I'm trying not.
And we're good, no shells, folks.
Now I need to wash my hands because the cells on my hands.
Alright, you go wash your hands. I'm going to continue. This is how you get them interested in cooking. Doesn't matter where they start, as long as they're willing to help. Alright, so we got our eggs in there. Now we're going to add our chocolate. Just put it right over top here. And I'm trying to get this as clean as possible so I can reuse it for the oil that we're going to add in. So, if I don't get it totally clean, it'll be alright, because the oil will help clean it out. And she's back! Now, for the oil, we're going to do 2/3 of a cup. And this is just straight vegetable oil. Well, look, it's printed on both sides. And we're going to put that right in.
It smells yummy.
I'm going to have you start mixing it, Kaylin, with the mixer if you could. We'll set this off to the side for you. Nope, with the whisk, honey. Daddy's going to use this to clean the measuring cup out. This is one thing that irks me if you ever watch Facebook or, yeah, that's a good one. Try Food Network. You ever watch Food Network? That's one thing that irks me, the amount of food they waste by just not taking the extra little bit of time here, like I am. That's the most annoying part about Food Network. I'm probably taking a little too much time, but I guess I'm a little OCD about this. Makes things a little easier to clean as well when you're done. Go ahead and put the whisk in there, honey. Start stirring. Got a little soap on my hands from the cloth there. Alright. And that's pretty much all you need to do for that. There's just one more thing I'm going to add, and that'll be a half a teaspoon of vanilla. Well, almost done. Now this is a good quality Mexican vanilla. The only place I found this at a good price for this size bottle, which is 33.2 fluid ounces, so that's a liter for you Canadians. I found this on Amazon. $26.75, free shipping and handling if you got an Amazon Prime account or know somebody that'll let you use their Amazon Prime account. That's the only place I can find it, and this is the Totonics brand Mexican vanilla. And I'll post a link in my video later so you can find it easy if you want to buy it. Best vanilla on the market by far. Alright, hold on. There we go. Let's go ahead and give that a mix, Kaylin. Now, we're going to get these prepped to go in the oven, and we're going to finish mixing this here real quick. I'm going to take a brief pause while we do that, and then I'll come back to you just before we put them in our dishes. Okay, so I noticed a mistake here when we were mixing this. This really got awfully thick here. And it's not supposed to do that. I had to reconsult the box. I overlooked an important part, the water. You need to add a cup of water to this. And that'll help fluid it out and make it a little more pourable here. So make sure when you're cooking you always pay attention to your ingredients. Luckily this was one I can fix easily just by adding the water to it and mixing it. So I'm going to finish mixing this and then we'll come back and fill the cups to bake. Okay, that's a lot better now. This is a little more movable than that other thing. The other thing we would have ended up with cookies instead of lava cake. You know, it happens, but I'm not perfect. I'll never claim to be perfect. So what we're going to do is we got 4 custard size Pyrex cups here. I call them custard size. I'm not really sure. They're 8-ounce cups is what they are. If you look down through the bottom, it says 1 cup on them. I held these over the sink, gave them a nice spray with a butter flavored spray for cooking. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to help my daughter here pour the chocolate into it. You ready? Pick it up. Can you get it?
A little too heavy.
That's why I'm helping. You want to fill these about halfway. Right about there, honey. All right. And we're going to do all 4 of these this way. Probably a little more than half, but it's alright. I can always spoon some out if I go a little too much. It's really not a big deal. See, I got that one too much. So I'm going to have to spoon a little bit back out of some of these just to even it out a little bit. And you'll see it makes quite a bit. So you can actually save this, or if you got more than just 4 cups, you could always bake them all off at once. And if you just underbake them a little bit, you can reheat it in the microwave. And I've done that before. I've baked a whole bunch of them and we let them sit overnight. And then the next night we just threw them in the microwave for 15-20 seconds to reheat it. And then I'll show you what we do with it after we bake them. I'm going to take a brief pause here, level these out, and then I'll come back. Alright, so you can see I got these leveled out. They're well, maybe a touch more than halfway, but that's okay. They will rise when you bake them. Now, we've got the oven preset at 425 degrees. I'm going to bake these on the top shelf. Actually, you know what? I think I better bake them on the middle shelf for this. And we're going to let them bake about 15 minutes and then pull them right out and let them cool off. You don't want to overbake these or you won't have that liquid center in them that you are looking for. Which is all fine and dandy, because we're just going to put some nice vanilla ice cream on this when we're done anyways. So I'm going to bake these off and I'll catch you when I pull them out. Alright, and we're getting ready to pull these out of the oven. I've been keeping an eye on them, and 15 minutes is going to be way too long at 425 degrees. I was just checking them. They're almost baking through on me. So I'm pulling them now. We're at right around 10 minutes of bake time. And they're still just a little movable, which is what you want. And we're going to set them here, let them cool down, and then we'll see what we got. Basically, the whole key to this is under-baking it, because if you over-bake it, then you just have cake. So you want to under-bake it, that way there you still have the liquid center from the cake mix, but it should be thoroughly heated through, and you shouldn't have to worry about the eggs for the salmonella. So we're going to go here and take another pause, and then when we come back, we'll have our ice cream ready in our dishes, and I'll plate it up for you. Okay, as you can see, I kind of pulled these off the pan to help them cool down a little bit. And you can see, if you shake it, it should have just a little bit of jiggle to it, like that one. And this one here's got a little bit to it, so they're just about perfect. This one's probably got the worst jiggle out of them all. So that one's going to be really extra soupy. So we're going to put the bowl over top and invert this. Just let it sit here and try to get it to release. This is why you spray. And this one doesn't quite want to, but it's starting to. And as you can see, not all of it come out, but you can see you get that liquidy center. The lava, as we call it. So I'm just going to get something to scrape the rest of this out and put it in there. Because it's really no big deal. If I was going for a restaurant look, I would have done this before I tried inverting it. Which would have been the smart thing to do, probably. So don't do what I do if you want it to look like it came from a restaurant. Me, I just want it to taste like it came from there. I don't really care what it looks like, to be honest with you. As you currently see. So there we go, we got the rest of our cake pulled out of there. Now we're going to grab our ice cream out of the freezer. Sorry I don't have my freezer right behind me like the chefs on Food Network. But what I have here is a homemade vanilla we got right at the local grocery store. Well, not the local one, but the one a little further down the road that we go to. You know it as Walmart. You can see it's just a great value, homemade ice cream, vanilla flavored. This is what I prefer. Has the best quality to it. Tastes the best to me. I'm just going to go ahead and churn this up. And I had taken this out of the deep freezer and moved it to the refrigerator previously. I didn't want it to thaw up too much, and looks like it didn't let me down. So, take and do the best we can to get some of this out. Should have had it sitting here a couple minutes prior, but that's alright. I'll throw that one to the cats. It's okay to laugh at me. I don't mind. After all, comedians make good money. And you can see we got some dished out here and on there, and that gives you a general idea of how it comes out. I thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave feedback. Let me know how I'm doing. Have a good one.